I mean, workplace will not be as colorful as it is without those gossip mongers.
Hello, good morning. Oh, sorry. No, it's good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. So we're back with another episode. I'm not sure what,
What episode number are
yeah,
we on?
what episode number are we on?
We
Okay.
lost count. But yeah, we're still going naman. So
Oh, yeah, okay. So again, welcome to Talks from Home. So I'm Janie and I'm with Sal, my
hi,
co-host.
I'm Zell.
So we have two new faces for
Yes, for
our
this episode.
for this episode. And the theme of the episode is very interesting.
It's
Kind
something
of,
new.
yeah, it's new and kind of intriguing, actually. So, the,
Colleague Chronicles.
yeah, colleague chronicles. What the different types of coworkers that you've encountered. So, I think without further ado, let's begin.
Yep, sure.
Okay.
Please introduce yourself, Chris. Hi.
Yeah, hi. My name is Chrisleen. You can call me Chris, or they're calling me Chris. But yeah, I'm currently staying here at Bukidnon. And when it comes to hobbies, I love trekking, mountain climbing. And
Oh,
aside from that one, I travel a lot through motorcycle riding. So I've been to different places already, exploring new things and trying out extreme adventures. And I'm doing also as a side hustle, coachings, hosting gigs, and doing pageants as well. So that's
I did
me.
not know that. Oh my gosh.
Interesting.
Very, very
Uh,
daredevil.
yeah, and very, I don't know, very diverse with the
Hmm.
hobbies, no? Yeah. I
Wait,
like the
how many years
yeah.
have you been
um,
working from home?
working from home, I started last 2020.
20.
So
Not bad.
it's 3 years already.
It's nice.
Yeah.
What were you doing before working from home? Can I ask that?
Yes, actually that is supposed to be an office space setup. However, it's the pandemic happened, and then Davao City is high risk that time when it comes to COVID. So immediately we were pushed on a hotel stay for 1 month, and
Oh,
after that one we were deployed to working from home. Then after more than a year of working from home, they decided to let us be back on site. So I decided to resign and leave that one and venture the world of freelancing instead.
yeah.
Yeah.
Constantly staying the hotel isn't.
Yeah. It's good for
I get it.
3 to 4 days stay, but
Yeah,
not for
staycation.
more than months. Yeah.
Yeah,
How do
exactly.
you find it? Like, when you started working from home?
Actually, the first time I find it that it's kind of boring. Like, imagine you're just working in the four corners of your room, but on the other side of the coin, it's much easier because you don't have to deal with different types of coworkers. You're just working by yourself. So, yeah,
Mhm.
that's how I find it.
There's the pun.
Yeah, podcast natin yun.
Yeah. Right. Do you want to say something else, Chris? Or
That's it.
uh, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
that very colorful introduction. And next, I love her surname. It's
Mhm.
giving what do you call that? Series? I think
There's a series?
yeah,
Yeah,
there
there's
is.
this uh he's a doctor. I think he's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
medical examiner, but he's a serial killer.
Yeah,
Bones.
Bone
Bones.
something, yeah. It's
Mhm.
that series is very interesting. So, yeah, Kim Bones. Introduce yourself,
Bones.
please.
Yes, hi, good afternoon everyone. Good morning to those who just woke up. My name is Kim Bones. I'm from Cebu. I'm just 2 months old in the company and 2 months old in the work from home industry. Um, What else? My hobbies. Well, back in college when I was younger, way younger, I used to also mountain climb. I used to do a lot of adventures. I can drive a bike, a car, a truck, a
Wow.
jeep.
Wow.
I can drive anything. I can even drive people crazy. So I'm good at driving.
I think yun lang yung kaya ko, yung last.
Yeah, I think at some
It's a
point.
skill, girl. It's a skill. It's a
Yeah.
skill. Yeah. So, what else?
Funny. Mm.
Um, I have dogs. If Daenerys was the mother of dragons, I'm the mother of dogs and cats.
Ooh.
Yeah,
How many pets do you have right now?
Excuse me.
Naku,
a
parang
lot.
zoo na yung bahay. Char.
Oh.
Yes, I have 5 newborn puppies just
Oh.
this week. Yes,
So your pets are the reason why you're working so hard, isn't it?
yes.
Ah.
90% of what I earn goes to them. So sometimes I have to borrow money from my pets
Oh, okay.
in order to be able
Cute.
to take care of my needs as well.
That's
I think
cute.
before, so
Mhm.
Kim and I go way back because when she moved to our team, I was the one who trained her, and it was really interesting talking to her. She's really so funny. I mean, I was having a bad day at some point because
Mhm.
I've keep on talking and talking whenever I train people, but with her, she's the one talking. It wasn't me.
She's
So
training you? Or-
no, she wasn't training me, but she was
okay.
distracting me and asking me things. But it's very interesting, and she's really a nice person. So I'm
Ah.
glad to have her here, and of course, Chris. Oh
I actually trained Chris.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
really
Oh.
nice.
in social media engagement. Quick
Oh,
train.
amazing. Okay, so do you want to say something else, Kim?
That's it.
Oh.
Okay, you, she's really cute.
I did not know we have a couple of daredevils. Ano ba, parang mahilig sa
Yeah,
adventure,
oo nga
ganon.
eh.
Yeah.
And parang
Nasa
hindi,
bahay lang kami.
though I know that Kim has this
Ah,
her own zoo.
mhm.
Oo.
Yes.
And sometimes when I train her, she baby talks. Tapos akala ko ako yung kausap niya. Tapos yung dogs pala. So parang ako, oh,
Ah,
okay. Parang out of nowhere. So,
uh-huh.
thank you so much for introducing yourself, guys.
And thank
Are
you
you,
for being here for this episode.
yeah, we appreciate it. Also, do you think they're ready for the questions?
Of course.
Okay,
I
would
think
you
we have
Kinakabahan.
no choice as well.
Yeah,
okay. Would you like
let's
to ask
start.
the first one, Zell?
Okay, sure. All right, first question. Have you ever encountered the gossip monger coworker? How can workplace gossip impact team morale? And what steps can you take to avoid participating in gossip while maintaining a positive work environment? So yan yung
Marites pa.
Marites.
Marites
Ah.
pala itong mga to.
Who goes
If
That is
first?
the question. I accept that I am the fourth runner-up.
Ah, sino unang sasagot?
It's your turn, Kim.
Si
Mine?
Kim daw.
Well,
Yeah.
sige. Who hasn't encountered the gossip monger? That's the
Parang
that
lahat
should
tayo
be the
naka...
question. Yeah, it's not
Yes.
who
As,
have you encountered. It's who hasn't. But there
excuse me.
there are levels to that. So, Chris said that she's the fourth runner-up. So the
Yes.
first runner-ups, first and second would be the what I consider the most toxic because they are to that point where they actually make up stories just to have something to talk about.
Yeah.
And the nicest way to stay out of their radar or to just avoid that affecting, because it will affect, no matter if the people who have received the information, false or not, whether they spread it to other people as well and have that entire story like go run rampant in the company. um, it's going to affect the workplace.
Mm.
The best way to avoid that is just not to entertain, or if they come to you with, I have something, that
Eh.
facial
Yeah.
expression is like, girl, I have something to tell you, it's juicy. You'd be like, okay, talk to me about that after work.
Yeah.
They're bound to
Amazing.
forget. They're not going to like, I'm going to put that on my top of the list notes to do after shift, right? Yeah.
Yes,
So yeah, and you don't you confrontation with those kinds of people will do nobody any good.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were you ever the gossip monger?
Uh of course. Not No, it's just like
Huh.
you hear information, and the people who also live for that information, of course. Yes. I've been a gossip monger once or twice, but never to the point wherein I
It
sought,
ruins or jeopardize the person's
or
work.
even,
Mm.
yeah, or even sought to cause a stir in the workplace.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been the subject of gossip mongers before. The last BPO that I worked for.
Oh,
Was it a made up story
yeah.
or
It was in full participation of my ex who used to work in the same company as well.
oh,
So,
Ooh, ungkata ng pass.
uh,
Uh-huh. So
that's tea?
it was because of your ex.
well, that technically it was because of the girl that she was seeing right after I broke up with her.
Oh, I
Oh.
But it
see.
was, as I said, in full participation of the ex. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Walang 3-month rule.
Would you want to say hi to your ex?
I'm sorry, what?
Forgotten na yarn.
Yeah.
Nah.
All
Yeah.
right. Thank you. I mean, kahit naman siguro ako, no, I was at some point a gossip monger, but not to the extent that, I mean, siguro for me, I mean, it's not justifiable, but siguro the gossip monger in me is just stating fact that, you know, pag ka-close mo yung isang coworker and then parang yung bestie na coworker mo, naka-ano na, like, nasa office na ganun, or since we're working from home, parang naka-online na, hey girl, alam mo ba si ganyan? At some point, yung mga facts kasi na yun, they turn into judgment eh.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
it turns into gossip. So, syempre mapapasa at mapapasa yun. So, I think I need to learn from being too straightforward din siguro at some point. Or being very observant. How about you, Zell?
Yeah.
Have you been?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm the one that gets the gossip. Like the first person to get the gossip. I feel like I'm like the almost the last na nga eh. Parang, ay, may ganun pala.
Mm.
Yeah, usually I'm maybe the last, the second to the last. But I mean, I
Some-
can try and keep a secret, something like that. Pero I'm not sure if I'm the one that makes the gossip. Eh.
yeah.
Although I can see, I can observe and be, introverts naman, lahat ng introverts, they can observe in the background, diba? And I can say that to my closest coworkers. But I don't think I'm the type of person who goes to different types of people pa in the workplace. Yeah, maybe just one person lang. Pero baka dun nga mag-start eh. It's a domino effect actually.
Yeah. Parang ano naman eh, I think in the workplace, yung gossip won't ever go away.
It won't.
Yeah, it won't. So, I think
What do you
Chris,
think, Chris?
yeah, it's your turn.
The
So
fourth.
I think
The
everyone
fourth
is
runner up.
already getting serious. But yeah, I think that gossip mongers, they are despised to every workplace. I mean, workplace will not be as colorful as it is without those gossip mongers. But the
Hmm.
best thing that we could do, because I was once a gossip monger myself way back, especially if you're working on site,
Mhm.
because there are a lot of people that would really feed up the information, and then you being the marites is like, what's the latest? So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but also I take consideration if it's a bestie in a workplace, because if that is a bestie, you're really be open with each other, so you're going to share like secrets or gossips about a particular person. But I did not reach to the point that it already caused chaos in the workplace or quarrel in the workplace. And last 2021, I decided to practice of removing shares from the table. So if there are gossip mongers, like, I don't care about them. I just
Yeah.
do my own job. I mean, you do get your own job. You do that, you get paid, and you go home, because that should be it. And I think also the proper way is, it's kind of impossible, but the proper way is to escalate them to the rightful department if you're hearing like negative words about you.
Mhm.
But at some point it would cause more chaos. So I think the best way is to confront the person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
that's just my thinking about that. To confront the person, like, what's the problem, in order for that one to be resolved and stop all the gossip. But
Mm.
with regards to gossip, don't really care. I
Yeah.
don't care what other people perceives about me. I don't care about
Yeah.
that.
And we shouldn't. The only ang tawag dun, the only opinion we should have is for our own selves.
Yes,
Yeah. That's the one
exactly.
that matters. Yeah.
True, but it takes a
Mhm.
certain level of maturity to
Yes.
not let gossip get to you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Uh,
But yeah,
even me, gossip. If I well, I'm not sure, but I have never experienced being talked about in a certain company. So, but most likely some other people would be talking about me, but I'm not sure. Siguro hindi lang nakarating sa akin yung balita, but
Yes.
buti naman, ano, parang hindi ako nakakarinig from the people, within the company kasi that's very toxic. But if I do, ever since I don't really care what other people think about me. So
Mm.
as long as I know the people closest to me knows who I am, knows how I work, okay na yun, 'di ba?
Yeah. Of course. Just go.
true,
Just go your own lane.
Yeah.
Don't mind.
true.
Yeah.
As long as wala akong natatapakang tao,
Yeah.
I think naman na I can't say I'm nice. I don't think I'm nice, but I try to be. But yeah,
Professional,
prof
civil.
yeah, professional siguro and civil. All
Well, you
right.
can still be professional and not be nice.
Uh,
Yung mga emails ba yan?
yeah, yeah. So,
Yes.
grabe, the first questions is
It's nerve
already,
wracking.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
already. I hope you guys want more because that's just the first question.
Let's
Okay.
go with the second
Yeah,
question, Janie.
Ooh,
of
second
course.
question.
Second question. How do you deal with the chronic complainer? What are some strategies for maintaining a positive atmosphere while acknowledging legitimate concerns? So this is the chronic complainer coworker. Yung, ano ba yan? Ang dami na ng trabaho. Kakapasok ko lang eh. Monday pa lang. Oh.
Hindi ba lahat ganyan? Is it just me?
Oh! I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry. Naibunyag tuloy.
So, Chris.
It's your turn.
Yeah, it's your turn. Kim was the first person who uh, answered the question a while ago.
Well, I think the chronic complainer would always be present in the workplace, as what I have mentioned earlier, because not every day is Christmas Day. There would always be days that we will complain, like, ano ba to? Ba't ang daming workloads? Ganyan. But on the other side, we should also think that we are getting paid. And
Yeah.
others forget that we are paid to do this, so we should do this. Because some of the people, I would say, are ungrateful. Like they would spread complaints and all that. They will not consider the fact that they are compensated well in the work that they intend to do. So I think the best way to prevent that one or in handling that situation that is that it's essential to be empathic but at the same time also set boundaries, that you need to empathize that
Mm.
it's okay if they're experiencing adversities right now or having a hard time coping up with their workload. But at the same time, you should also set boundaries. And aside from that one is that encourage them to
Oh, sorry.
focus on potential solutions rather than dwelling on problems, because I believe that the tendency of those people who are kept on complaining, they could not see the positive side of the work because they always complain. They would always see the negative side of their work, and
Yeah.
99% I would say it would lead them to reach to the point that they will get burnt out in their work, so it would lead to resignation. And also offer to listen to them and understand their concern first, but also gently remind them about the boundaries that they have and that to retain their positive side, and we should never let our negativity revolve around our positivity, because worst case scenario we will get burnout and then resign.
Yeah.
That's my point on that question.
Whenever Chris answers, it's like we're in a pageant, and the two of us are part of
The
the panel.
judges.
No, yeah.
Ah.
Okay, parang kaya ako I'm being very quiet because I was really
Oo
listening.
nga.
Diba?
Kasi pageant ka.
Parang,
Pageant ka.
parang ano tayo, nasa Miss
Yeah.
Universe pala ito eh. Tapos, well, Ate Kim then, whenever she answers, I'm enjoying this theme. Kasi we
Yeah.
have two very well, I don't know, they know how to converse eh.
Yeah, that's true.
Diba? And they know kung paano ano bang tawag doon? Yung parang i-stress yung mga words or mga kailangan mo tong pakinggan. Ito yung parang pinopoint out ko dito sa sinasabi ko. And that's just really amazing.
I like our guests.
Yeah, me too. Parang ano lang talaga, tahimik lang talaga ako kasi
Oo
parang
nga eh.
I feel like I'm watching Miss Universe. Ano?
Wala
show.
nang chance, Janie. I've already gained weight.
Oh no.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
everyone did, isn't it?
Yeah.
During pandemic, yeah.
Yes. I've gained like 3 kilos. So I'm 55 now.
Oh.
So
Oh.
it's hard for me to lose weight. So I've already given up pageant. Hands up na. Di na kaya.
Tama
I
na.
was
Suko
parang
na.
parang nasaktan ako dun. I was 55 before. And I'm 60 now. So parang, okay. Sa kanya pala
Gili na naman.
sa kanya pala that's already mataba. So,
Are we really running away with that topic? You guys, that's
Let's
55.
go back.
okay, let's go
55
back.
what?
Let's go back. I apologize. So, it's so funny.
That's just my leg. God.
All love, all love.
Just positivities, no?
I know. But it's funny though.
It is.
What? Namumula ako sa kakatawa. But, okay. I think it's your turn, Kim.
Okay.
Yes.
So the best way to shut up the chronic complainer is for me to shut up. I am a
Because
chronicle.
you mm,
Yes, I am.
appear. Mhm.
Appear. Yeah. Um, it's not that I really go out of my way to look for things to complain about, but it's just that you've gotten so perceptive with your environment that you notice when things are not going according to how they should be going. When things are not being done according to how it is supposed to be done, when professionalism is just a myth with the people who are supposed to be the epitome of professionalism in the company structure. Then that's why I have a lot of things to complain about. So, one thing that I learned is to shut up. That's the best way to shut up the chronic complainer. That's it. Because, yes, it is always a part of the company, like Chris said.
Mm.
How you are going to be able to maintain professionalism with regard to dealing with a chronic complainer is to, of course, like she said, um, exude empathy. I mean, there's empathy that's forced, and then there's genuine empathy. It's like we could be on a call, we could be like so annoyed with the person we're talking to over the phone, and like I understand, I know where you're coming from, and all with all the you need an exorcist eye roll moments that you have going, but natural a genuine empathy really does not need those words. So what you need to be is just like, of course, I understand that it's like this. If I were in your position, I would actually be feeling that way as well. I might not be as calm as you, but like that. But if because I've been on both ends of the spectrum already. I've dealt with a chronic complainer, and I've been the chronic complainer. So when I deal with people who have the same gifts as me, um, what I actually do is I don't what you call this? I don't go along with the topic, or I don't even feed into how they are feeling. So what I do is like, this we are the pay is so low. It's like this. I
Mm.
don't even understand what I'm supposed to do. The training is like this. It's training is like that. So I'm like, but always think of it like this. At least you have a job,
Yeah.
right? So it's always you go back to positivity. Although in your mind, with all the intrusive thoughts are going, you just don't like you don't entertain it. So that's I guess that's how I deal with myself. It has
Just
to go
shut up.
back to me. Yes,
Yeah.
shut up.
Mm. I mean, whenever you complain about things, then um, that's when you get burned out. When
Yes.
you keep on complaining. Well, I would know because I was a chronic complainer too. Like, oh my
All of
God, ito na naman. Then, yeah, dun nagsa-start yun eh. How about you, Chris? I sorry. Chris answered na pala.
Oh
So,
no.
Zell. How about you, Zell?
Sabog.
Sabog eh. Parang,
Ah, sabog worker, co-worker. Shout out. Well, yeah. Like I said, I'm also a chronic complainer, but I try not to because, like Chris said, if you only complain about negative things, it's because you only see negative things. You don't see the positive things. So, yeah, like parang 2 years before I was unemployed, and I wanted a job, a work from home job, because I can't go out because of the pandemic. And yeah, here I am 2 years later, and I just keep complaining, pero I didn't realize that I was where I wanted to be before. You know what I mean?
Mm.
mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you only speak negative, you only see negative.
Yes. But
What
it's
am
hard to
magagawa?
complain about good things. Like,
Yan,
oh my
Yeah.
true.
God, I don't understand this day. Why did I wake up so pretty?
My
Right?
God, why can't people be pretty
I
like me?
Well,
Of
at Kim, if
course.
you're Kim, if you're gonna ask me, you're beautiful inside and out.
Ah.
No, I'm
Yep.
just kidding.
I know. I still
Ah,
haven't forgotten your coffee. So,
may pa-coffee pala.
Yeah, because I trained her, so I was joking around and said, lahat ng trinain ko, they're supposed to give me coffee eh.
Ay, gano'n.
Yeah.
see, with a hint of threat.
Lahat ng trinain ko.
Yes.
All right. So, sobrang serious and at the same time, very funny ng episode na to, no?
Is
Kasi
relatable
siguro
rin kasi.
parang, relatable and parang, nasa pageant tayo eh. The way they answer things, no?
Siguro ano din, parang everyone experiences it firsthand.
Yes.
So
Mm.
that's why it's relatable then.
So, ready
Should we
for
go
the
to the
next?
third?
Yeah. Ready for the third question?
Yes. All right. So we've gone with the gossip monger, chronic complainer. Now, the absentee coworker is consistently late or missing from important meetings. How can you address this issue constructively, considering everyone's workload and responsibilities? Tahimik
Go,
tayo.
Kim! You can do it, Kim!
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If it is a coworker, if the
Mm.
structure of your company is you have a team and then you have a team leader, it is not your responsibility to address attendance issues with your teammates.
Mm-hmm.
You could go directly to your immediate supervisor and then talk to them about this, how it is affecting the team's performance, the team's morale, and the team's incentives. Eventually, it's going to affect that as well. You really cannot take it upon yourself to do that because it's way above your pay grade in the first place. Secondly, it is very difficult, especially when you mean good and you take the initiative and you're going to be told off like, this is none of your business. It's a very big blow to your ego. Although you meant well, it's going to also be uh, having a huge impact on the team's morale as well. Because people are going to see you as isa mapapel,
Oh, yeah.
mapagdesisyon and all, right? Yeah, so that's it. And I thank you. Bow.
Thank you so much.
So much for that wonderful answer. Very well said. So
Going
let's move
on to
on
our
to
next pageant.
next contestant.
Pageant contestant.
Ako
Number
naman,
15, Chris.
my point with that on addressing a absentee coworker is that, as what Kim said earlier, well, it depends on the situation. So if I am, say for example, like I'm the immediate supervisor, I would call the attention of that the team member and educate him or her and ask, of course, why he or she is consistently late and frequently absent without valid reasons, and educate him as well or her that the thing that he or she is showing, which is frequently being absent at work, is currently disrupting the team and can put additional strain on the other team members, especially if it's a team of people or a group of people. One absent from one individual could mean a lot to the others. And what I could do to handle that situation is to approach the person with empathy still, because I mean, we are all facing hard battles every day. So we don't know the reason behind why that employee of yours kept on being absent at work. And aside from that one, there might be personal or health related issues that may cause the absenteeism. And The best way to have that settled is to have a private conversation with that worker, with a team member, and understand the reason. Because I also believe that in every situation, there is a reason behind why it happened. So,
Mm.
as a supervisor, we need to dig that one up. And if it's also depending on the company policy and the severity of the issue as well. If it's already putting the other team members an additional strain or constraints. So basically, we need to really call out the attention of the HR or the management itself to explore possible solution as well for that team members, such as, say, for example, if the reason is valid, then we could look up for any potential solution. And if it's not valid, then I guess it's time to let go of that particular team member, because I think hindi na also yung you're going to leave the 99 lambs behind just to chase that one lamb na ano.
Mm.
So that's my point on that. That's how I handle it.
Yeah, I see, I see.
Akala ko kanina sasabihin niya, in every situation, there's a silver lining. I was waiting for
Ah,
No, I was actually waiting for end world peace.
And with that being said, I'm confidently beautiful with a
With
heart.
a heart.
ah! I love
Gra-
it.
Grabe no, the grabe lang yung dalawang to. Like,
Oo nga eh.
napapa-shut up talaga tayong dalawa.
Napapa-speechless ako. eh.
Oo, parang, grabe ang dami nasasabi. Parang, I thought the questions were hard because if I was going to answer them, it would take me siguro a lot of
Time.
time for me to think
Mm.
about it.
To process it.
Oo, kasi I feel like at some point, siguro, no? Isa tayo dun sa mga yun eh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mga types of
Yeah.
coworkers na yun. So,
Yes.
again, thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much for your beautiful
Let's
answers.
proceed to the next round of the competition.
Yes.
Eating down.
Swimsuit.
Oh God, swimsuit.
Yeah, so I guess this
Init
is
eh.
round 4.
Yes.
So, we talked about the gossip monger, the chronic complainer, and the absentee coworker. Now let's talk about the social butterfly. Well, alam naman natin they're great at building relationship. How can their
Mhm.
constant socializing affect productivity? And how can you find balance between being friendly and staying focused?
Huh. Kasi, can I go first a little bit?
Wow.
of
Okay,
introduction
goodness,
lang.
go then. You're part of the
I
competition.
believe. Sure. Joke lang. I just wanna add that, I mean, social butterflies, parang it's a dual-edged sword.
It
When you think
is.
about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
Because they could be the one that makes the workplace alive. But at the same time, how about the productivity? Yun na nga, yun sa question.
And would you agree, Zell, that sometimes social butterflies are also the cause of gossip
Oh.
mongers?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Siguro they go hand in hand.
Yeah, like,
Maybe.
parang ano yan eh, BFF ni social butterfly si gossip monger.
Si Gossip Monger.
Oo.
May istorya na tayo.
Sis, meron ka bang tea dyan? Parang
Oo.
anong bago ngayon?
Kasi si Social Butterfly, friend lang lahat.
Friend lang lahat eh.
Yeah.
Parang kasundo niya lang lahat eh. So, parang go with the flow lang siya.
Yun yung iingatan mo, si social butterfly.
Yeah.
Not the Gossip Monger. Parang Social Butterfly, Gossip Monger.
Yeah.
Oh. So what do you
I
think
agree
about this?
100% with Chris. You
Uh-huh.
need to be careful with the person who is nice to everyone.
Yeah.
No. Let me rephrase my statement. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
go.
Let me rephrase my statement.
Oh, okay. So, contestant number 1, you can answer that.
Ah, be careful with the person who is extra nice to everyone. So I can be nice to everyone and not have any ulterior motive behind it, right?
Yeah.
But if someone really is being extra, I mean like extra nice, you are like, you're not even, you just met in the company and then they start saying hi to you and then they start asking you every single day, how is your day? uh
Yeah.
are you enjoying your position so far? How are your responsibilities? Are you doing fine with the tasks that you're given? I'm like, A, you're not my boss. B, you're not the owner of the company. C, right? So if
Mm.
they are like that, I automatic automatically, um I feel it gets my defenses up.
Yeah.
I'm like a cat that got surprised. Ay,
Ganun.
ah, ganyan.
Well,
Yes,
wait.
it raises my hunches
Uh, well, I was the one who trained you. I do
Oh.
ask.
Oh, ikaw
because you
yun.
have a reason to ask.
Okay.
I
But
mean,
not
like,
but not every day. I think mas marami pa yung chikahan natin kaysa dun sa pangangumusta ko
exactly.
sa'yo, di
But if
ba?
you, there is no reason for you to keep asking someone. I mean, it could be acquaintances. I could be like, hey, Zell, how's your day? Hey, Chris, how's your day? I mean, after this podcast, I could do that. I mean, just
Yeah.
out of um, the overflowing beauty that goes from within me to my outside. Char. I could always like catch up with people and not have that mean anything. But if I'm being extra nice or like, Zal, have you eaten?
Yeah, like parang
Zal, are you
jowa
feeling
na, gano'n.
okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I think
okay.
it's
we're both skeptical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tas parang
exactly.
ano, you haven't, siguro hindi naman kayo nag-uusap talaga before, no? Tapos biglang
Mm.
gano'n. Yeah, even ako, mababother ako. Why do you keep on asking these things?
Yes. Are you trying to get me to pay attention to what you have and not what I do not have than what you have, or are you trying to get information from me? Because I'm always willing to give information, no matter if it like affects me negatively or anything like that. If
Mhm.
people ask me for information, I'm willing to give.
Mm.
Because I have this motto that nobody would be able to destroy my reputation better than I can.
Okay, Taylor Swift, let's go.
Yes, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
why would you wait? Why would you try to hide any dirt about yourself and be as good or as nice and as pretty and whatever perfect you wanted to be in front of everybody else when everyone knows that nobody is perfect,
Hmm.
right? So if you take the initiative to say like, hey, sometimes when I wake up I really have bad breath, and
Mhm.
people will never be able to use that against you in the future.
Yeah.
So when a gossip monger, let's tie this up to the topic again. When a gossip monger says, "Oh my God, remember we went to like after, let's say it's after Christmas party, and then you get roomed in with the gossip monger,
Uh-huh,
and like,
yeah. Yeah.
oh my God, during the Christmas party when Kim woke up and she has really bad breath, and people will be like, girl, that's already old news."
Yeah, sinabi
Yeah.
niya yun.
Sinabi na niya yun.
Yeah.
Like, she acknowledges it.
Yeah, she was
Diba?
like so proud of it. It's like, God.
Like, sobrang proud niya, binugaan niya kami. Parang gano'n.
Uh-huh.
Diba? Alright.
Kaloka.
Yeah, I think that's a best way to put it. I would agree with
Yeah.
Kim. Yeah. I think everyone would agree na there's some siguro there's some parang there's some instances that you can't always be nice to everyone.
Yes.
Mm. I mean,
You
It's
don't have
tiring.
to.
you don't have to be nice to everyone. You don't have to parang try to be as helpful as you can, lalo na pag hindi mo kaya. Kasi you're just gonna suffer. I think
Mm.
the
Mm.
best way to put that is just be honest with who you are.
That's
Yes.
true. That's
Also,
true.
parang admit that there are some days or there are some instances that you can make mistakes, and those mistakes will turn into a key point in life where you experience how you dealt with that mistake so that it won't happen again. And then those are key for success.
Exactly.
We will never learn if we don't commit mistakes.
Exactly.
And we should always acknowledge that made the mistake. Instead of hindi ko naman yan kasalanan eh.
Mm, that
Diba?
let me add to that, Jane.
Okay, sure.
It is normal. It is it goes with the natural flow of human nature for people to always try and defend themselves.
Yeah.
If you make a mistake, the initial reaction would be, no, it was I made that mistake, although they admit it. I made that mistake because so and so told me to do this.
Yeah. May dama yan.
Yes. You as you grow in to becoming the mature person that you are, you're going to have to learn this painful lesson of admitting, I'm sorry, my actions were wrong. I admit to the mistake I did. Period. No more, it's because si ganito kasi. It's because the fly made me do it. Or the voices in my head made me do it. Girl, please. Right? So you
Yeah.
Yeah.
always know when to put the stop, the full stop. So in admitting mistakes, because people do admit mistakes. I cheated on you. Let's put it in a romantic context. I cheated on you because you were not paying me any attention, or you
Mm.
were too busy with your work. So you wiped off the responsibility of the mistake off yourself and put it on the other person. So admit it. I made the mistake.
That's it.
Yes, I cheated on you. Mas malaki pa yung chance na ma-recover. You will be able to recover the relationship from that particular mistake, rather than it's because you don't pay me enough attention. It's because you don't earn enough. It's because you're not sexy enough. It's because of this and that and that.
Um, yeah. And one moment.
You okay, Janie?
Okay, so the things that we talked about. So napag-usapan na natin yung gossip monger,
Gossip monger.
yeah,
Chronic complainer.
the absentee coworker, the social butterfly. I mean, there are a lot of types of coworkers, but
Besides this, mas
yeah,
marami pa
besides,
eh.
mas dami pa. So with that being said,
The last question is,
Saan kami
what
sa
kind of
apat?
coworker? No. No, no, no.
no.
Besides that, pwede
Pwede
naman
naman, yeah.
kumuha doon. Pero kung meron ka pang maisip na iba, what kind of coworker do you think you are?
And
You can
please
make it your own.
justify that, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Thinking. Who will answer first?
I'll go first. Admittedly, I'm the chronic complainer. I'm sometimes the social butterfly. Sometimes not so much the gossip monger that causes issues, but I do love to like
Participate?
participate. Like, I'm usually
up to
the
date.
source.
Ah,
I'm usually the source. I don't even understand why people, like most people, come to me like, "Hey Kim, did you know?" I'm like, "No, what?" But I do pick up on things. Even with nobody telling me like up front, like, "Oh, this is the tea today, girl." That, oh,
yes.
and then you overhear, or you go and then have a chance to like observe an ongoing conversation, and you'd be like,
Tama pala.
I did not know that. Oh, okay. But not with that facial expressions, as I've mastered the art
Uh,
of
the poker
listening
face.
into conversations and going like,
Oh, all about the eyes.
All about the eyes and
mm,
the facial expression.
hmm hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then when people like, so did you know? Know what? That is like, really? No, tell me it's not true. But you already know that it's true, though.
Mm.
Yeah. I do the same thing.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
I do the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah, ewan ko kasi, parang, I mean, I would agree with what Kim said. I don't start up the gossip, but the gossip gets to me. Like, uy,
Yes.
girl, alam mo ba? Tapos parang ako, I know.
Of course.
Diba? But
Of
at the same time, parang, since I'm kind of like busy with the client and all, parang, it takes me some time to respond. So parang parang nandun na yung gossip. I'm maybe I'm the second to the last person to know. Since sabi ni Zel, she's the last person to know, so I'm second to the last. But the I have a lot of sources, and well, I'm not sure if it's fortunate or unfortunate, but sometimes I
Yeah.
like it, sometimes I don't. Kasi parang it's very I don't like toxicity in my life. So
Of course.
I'm being surrounded with positive people, positive energy. So may mga times din naman na, okay, gusto ko maging toxic for today's video. G tayo dyan. Ganun. But,
Switch
yeah,
lang.
switch lang. So, what did Kim say? Parang, sometimes you're a gossip monger, sometimes you're a chronic complainer,
Yeah,
and
sometimes a
sometimes you're a
social
social
butterfly.
butterfly. Do
Mm.
you have any idea, except for the types of coworkers that were
Mentioned.
mentioned in the questions? Meron ka bang ibang ano sa tingin mo? Parang can
Na
you,
ikaw.
yeah, ikaw, like the parang pag sinabi tong type of coworker na to, ako to eh.
Of course, with all that has been discussed, I could see a little bit of myself in those, but well, I've I've been working for a very long time, and I've worked in different industries prior to working here. So there are instances wherein being a social butterfly would do you good. Being
Mhm.
a gossip, no, let's not use the word gossip monger, because it's the connotation to that is really such a leaning towards the negative.
Yeah.
Let's just use the source of information
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it does help if you are the source of information. You just need to discern what kind of information you're going to be disseminating. Because
Mm.
if you're going to disseminate information that you have not verified is true, or you know for a fact is most likely not true, then you're nothing but a gossip monger. But if you're going to be disseminating information that you know would help people, or would help people like, oh, so I heard that they're planning on changing the parameters to our QA evaluations to this,
Mhm.
then that's good information that you disseminate before the actual dissemination from the QA team comes around, right? So
Yeah, that's the
people already
positive.
have, exactly. So you always need to weigh, I guess, how you would be able to positively impact the people you're going to be um, rubbing elbows with, or you're going to uh, um, be in contact with on a daily basis. So it's going to be like that. Because if you have a coworker that's say not happy with their job, and then you're going to go for full on chronic complainer on them, most
Yeah.
likely, girls, just give that person 2 weeks, are going to be resigning. That's it. So you need to be conscious always of how you are going to, because there are days that we wake up and we will love to choose violence, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for today's video, I'm going to be toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
so it's like that. So you
Oh.
always have to, um because it doesn't matter what you decide for yourself if it's just going to affect yourself. So I could be like, I could complain and complain and complain and complain about everything, but I'm not going to be complaining to a person who's easily distracted or easily like um convinced on the
Gullible.
negative.
Yeah.
Pwede, yes. Na kung ano yung my sentiments are they're going to take on that kind of sentiment as well. I'm going to have to be careful on the kind of information that I give off, or the kind of energy I give off to every individual that I work with. So I'm a little bit of everything, basically, is what I wanted to say. And I
Very,
thank you.
Yeah.
very well
Yes.
said.
Thank you.
Yeah. I
Very
mean,
well said indeed.
yeah.
Thank you.
At least, alam mo yun, parang you acknowledge that at some point you were kind of like a toxic person. Because I think even lahat naman tayo, may mga point tayo or may mga scenarios in our life that we were toxic
Mm,
at some point. I would
yeah.
admit that siguro I was a toxic friend. Most probably I was a toxic friend before. Siguro nung di pa ako ganun ka-mature. But I do know that I was never a toxic partner.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I've heard that conversation before.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
it's a
heard
different
the
topic.
conversation before. I was even no, I was even a toxic daughter, toxic sibling, toxic friend. But I can honestly say I've never been a toxic partner.
Kind of was, pero ibang topic na yan eh.
Oo nga eh.
Parang ang lalim na.
Oh, malalim.
Oo.
Iba na, iba na.
Sa
So,
work lang.
Chris,
Chris, yes.
what type of coworker do you think you are?
I'm a mixture of all. Of all the traits
All rin.
mentioned. Well, I have to be honest. I'm a mixture of all those type of coworkers that was being
Mhm.
mentioned earlier, but I I can handle my emotions well, especially that, as time flies, you mature, we mature. So basically you will learn how to handle things in life. And also with the regards to the type of coworkers, they will, as what I kept on mentioning, they will always be present in the workplace, but that's fine, and just do your work, and people can't destroy what they don't know. So as much as possible, I kept everything in private so that people will have, you can't please everyone. People will always have to say anything about you. But the best thing that you can do is to let them be. Because wala, ganyan na sila. Wala tayong magagawa. And
Yeah.
yes, and also, may mga days that kahit ayaw natin, but magigising ka na lang, okay, feel ko magpaka-toxic today because why not?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or gusto kong
Yeah.
gusto ko lang parang maging mean today.
Oo.
Wala lang.
Nakaschedule yun.
Oo, wala lang. Lalo na pag, lalo na pag, well, with girls, spread days, nako.
Yes.
Nako. Pero we can still work.
We
It's
can
just that
still
medyo ano
work.
lang kami.
Yeah, it's just that we're very sensitive, very emotional. Parang feeling mo, lahat ng gusto mong kainin, kailangan maibigay sa'yo. Kasi kung hindi,
Yes.
parang, ayoko na. Parang, ganon. But, yeah, I mean, do you want to, ano pa, Chris? Do you want to
Yes,
add something else?
Yeah, I wanted to add up na the best way to address all those types of coworkers that we have, regardless if we are working remotely or on site, is to just stay positive within ourselves,
Yeah.
because it is really very important, and we are what we attract. So if we are attracting positivity, then we can be positive regardless of the negative things that's going on. And you're like, wala akong pake because I'm a positive type of person. And the best way also to minimize those types of coworkers is to encourage them and encourage a positive and inclusive work culture so that everyone would be open as well. And also, lalo na dun with the social butterfly coworker, you really have to be very careful with those persons, because they will have to gather information about you and then they will use it against you. And,
Yeah.
you know, betrayal never comes from enemies, they come from friends. So we really need to be careful with who we have as a bestie in our workplace. Maliban na lang if you're already spending like years and years. So, kasi sure mo na na safe o yung secret mo. No, di siya Wilbert Tolentino. Charis.
Yeah.
Who is
Yes.
that? I don't
Ashley,
The
ko rin
one who
kilala.
posted the screenshot with Zainab.
I am
Oh,
I
Ah,
am much more
okay.
surprised on the fact that I actually know who that was.
I don't
Okay.
know who that was.
No, to
It's a
add,
trending
Mm.
yeah, it was a trending topic on social media late last year. Was
yes.
it?
Okay.
Yes,
yes.
or early this year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To add and to kind of negate on what Chris said, um, it's always good to choose positivity for yourself,
Mhm.
and to just choose to consciously give out positive vibes to the universe, to whoever needs that. Um, but one thing that I would want for each and everyone to take away from this talk is learn to I understand what you need for yourself, learn to know yourself, and learn to set boundaries for yourself.
Yeah.
Because negativity will come in any shape or form in any given day and time into your life. You don't go choosing like, yes, we choose to be like, I can be negative today. That is us. But the outside negativity, you can't choose like, okay, so only negativity from clients for today. Yes, please, thank you.
Mm, yeah.
And the family, nope. Nah, you're not allowed to be negative to me today. It's not your schedule. Wait for your turn. You can't do that, right? So you
Yes.
need to set boundaries. You need to, basically, the bottom line there is, will this energy, if I'm going to accept it into my inner circle, do me good, do me harm, or destroy me?
Yeah.
Um, Maturity does not come with age, it comes with experience.
And
And it took me a
Correct.
very long time to learn that. I had to go through an experience where I had to be completely destroyed and humbled in order for me to be able to rise up again and move forward in a more conscious way.
Mhm.
I've learned to set my boundaries. I've learned to understand the limitations that people around me have, and it's made life a lot, not really way easier than it was before, but it's made a lot of sense to me now, um than ever, like before.
also, to add about maturity, um, we have different types of levels of maturity
Mm.
for
Yes.
me. For example, you and your friend, you know that she's mature, you're mature, but the
Mhm.
level of her maturity versus yours isn't meeting.
Yeah.
So, wala din eh. Parang, iba kasi yung level ng maturity niya. For me, what she did was a very mature thing to do. But for her, hindi, ang immature ko dun sa part na yun. So I think it's always gonna be subjective with every aspect of maturity. Yeah, I know maturity comes with experience. It doesn't come with age. But also, let's always try to consider that the levels of maturity that other people has, it's not the same level as yours.
Yeah.
So
I
we
think Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think it all boils down to adjustment because not all the time that the personality that we have is the right thing to do or to show to everyone, because not all the time people will adjust from you. At some point you need to really consider your boundaries and try to reassess yourself. Is this still the best thing to do? Is this the right act to do? Because not everyone will adjust. Sometimes you have to cope up with them as well in order for you to be united as well. That's
Yeah.
just my
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Well, parang may gusto akong ano doon, Chris. Parang adjustment versus compromise. Do we always need to adjust to people, or do we just need to compromise?
Just
Compromise is
depends.
adjusting.
What's the
Mm.
difference then?
It is basically the same. It's just a level of vocabulary that you want to, if you want to be really specific, it's just the severity of the vocabulary that you're targeting there. But basically, in essence, adjusting and compromise are the same. Because if you compromise, you're going to adjust who you are as a
Mm.
person, your essence as a person, in order to be able to mesh properly. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's it. It's just basically the same. People can be nitpicky about no, because adjusting is you're forced to do it. Compromise is not. Uh, Whoever said that people who compromise are not forced to compromise,
They are.
Mm.
Sometimes
right?
they are.
Exactly. So that's always it.
Siguro the best way to put that is adjusting is kind of like the rude way of dealing with people when you don't like them. Compromising is being polite, being respectful towards
the
someone.
polite way of adjusting,
Yeah, the polite
compromising.
compromising.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we
Interesting.
talked about the not really negative, but some aspects of negativity of coworkers. But I want to
Yeah.
talk about the positive ones, that the ones that Kim mentioned, the alternative of which one is it? The gossip monger. The alternative of that is the positive one that gives up
And
information that is actually
information, yeah.
useful, di ba?
Yeah,
And I
correct.
think there's an ano rin alternative sa chronic complainer. The one that always brightens everyone's day.
Like,
The ones that
yeah,
like, let's keep working, guys. A very encouraging na coworker.
like
And
Monday,
yeah.
for example, Monday, 4 days na
Yeah.
lang, weekend
O
na,
ikaw.
mga ganon.
Yeah.
Ah.
The way you post that.
Yeah, the
diba?
way I
And
post
at
things.
some point, then with the complainer, with the
Mm.
coworker who tends to complain, it's where and when at some point the company or the head of that company would realize what are the lacking things that they need to
Yeah.
improve as a company, because a lot of people are already complaining.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Well, there's always a good and bad side to everything. Even gossip mongers or information bearers. There's always a good and bad side to it. If your ultimate desire is to cause issues and to cause trouble, then that's no longer a good use. It's just a waste of your time. And if you're just complaining just because you can complain, and you do complain, and your aim is not to ultimately get the attention of the bosses and whoever is managing the company, and not ultimately find a resolution to what you are complaining about, then that's still a bad waste of your time as well. It's time and energy. We are made up of finite amount of
Mhm.
energy and time in this world. Why would you waste it on something that does not have any outcome to it? Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So
Yes.
It just
yes.
depends on the intention of a person in doing that.
Mm,
Your
True.
motives. Yeah.
true.
True. Yes.
So, yeah, before we wrap things up, because that's it, actually.
Yeah,
Ikaw,
that's it.
how about you, Sal? I want to ask you, I'm very, very curious. What type
Mhm.
of coworker do you think you are?
I'm probably the type of coworker besides the ones that
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
mentioned.
yeah,
I mean, we've all got those qualities some way or another,
yeah.
diba? So besides those, siguro I'm that type that I'm gonna use a gamer term. I'm the support. I'm always a support coworker. Na if you need me, I'll be there. I'll help you out. If you need me to fill out some forms, okay, I got you. Or if you need a helping hand for something like to edit photos, like my coworker na graphics department. Yeah, I'd be that person. I would be the support. And besides that, when we were still on site, I would be the one that would make aya for food. Tara, lunch na, tama na yan. Let's go
Mm.
get some ice cream or food, ulam talaga, la lunch. Yeah, and I can actually see that to Janie. I think you're also the type na, tara, lunch na, tama na yan, masyado ka na sa
Yeah,
trabaho.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And for
I would
Chris, I
say.
could see that you're the type na parang, uy, meron akong ano dito, extra bread or I want to share it with you. Feeling ko you're the type that would share. Ewan ko, are you?
Yes, I'm a
Uy, may
giver.
donut ako dito.
Ang
You're a
lalim.
giver, not a lover. Joke lang. And I think Kim is the type na may ano, uh, she's got she's got something I need sa bag niya. Like she's got a bag na
Oo.
parang
Feeling
kailangan
ko siya
ko.
yung
Cora.
laging siya yung
Ito.
laging may
Ay,
wipes, tsaka
oh,
tissue.
Yeah,
wipes.
I'm
Meron
the
ba?
type of coworker that goes like, "So what do you need today? I have."
Unpacking.
Oo. At saka
Yes.
parang
The best. Yeah.
since you've mentioned yours, I think I'm the type of
What's yours?
coworker na anytime that you need help
Mm.
with work and siguro with your personal siguro
Personal
yung mga
life. Yeah.
personal life, pinagdadaanan ganun. Parang I'm the type of person that it's innate in me to help and advise them siguro on what's the best thing to do. So I
Yeah.
have I'm not sure, but I've noticed that most of my friends reach out to me. Parang ginagawa niya akong therapist just to ask.
Yeah.
Parang ganun. Or if you just need to rant, ganun, I can
You're a
take
shoulder
it.
to cry on or ano.
Yeah, maybe I'm a shoulder to cry on, but there are times that I need to shut them down. Kasi
Oh,
parang
yeah.
it's getting overwhelming. I have
Of
some,
course.
ako din naman may problema ako. So, yung ganun.
Yeah, it's
And
good to rant, pero
yeah,
wag all the time.
sobra.
It's
At saka wag
draining.
sobra. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Kasi you give out good advice Janie, honestly.
Yes,
Aw,
she
thank
does. She
you.
does.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yun. So, before we end things, I just remember this quote from Glee. I think it was from Queen Fibre. She said that when you really believe in yourself, you don't have to bring other people down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. Yes.
Just go up,
Yeah.
push up,
Just ano,
push up
parang
people up.
for me, kasi being successful is parang iba-iba tayo ng definition of success. So,
Yeah.
hindi dahil parang nakikita mo na, alam mo yun, nabibili nila yung gusto nila. Parang they're being very comfortable in their life, ganyan. That doesn't mean they're successful. For them, parang they're just starting. But for some other people, grabe, ang successful mo na, no? But if you really want to be successful, hindi lang dapat ikaw yung tulungan mong maging successful, but the people you love and the people around you. Instead of parang naiinggit tayo, ganyan. Since we're talking about coworkers, let's at least be thankful for their achievements and hopefully we also do kung ano yung ginagawa nila, like sharing the best practices.
Help
That's
each
what
other out.
help each other out. And with this company and with our team, that's what's happening. And I always tell whenever I train VAs na parang you have to be at your best every day. Kahit na parang feeling mo ayaw mo magtrabaho ngayon. Look for a motivation. for you to work properly. And always make each day count.
Agreed.
Hmm.
Yes.
You are what you attract.
Yep.
I am money. I am money.
Money.
Money,
I
money.
am money. I am money.
All right, so that wraps things up for today.
Yep. Thank you so much, Chris and Kim, for joining us and oh my God, spreading the good vibes, all your wonderful answers sa questions namin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
the
is
conversations were nice.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much for
very.
inviting us.
It's our
Yes.
pleasure. And do you wanna parang do you have social media guys that you want to promote?
Gusto niyo bang ma-follow kayo?
Gusto mo follow kayo ma-recognize? So
Okay na kami.
Okay na.
okay. So
No worries.
again, whoever whoever out there is watching it, please do
Mhm.
subscribe to Talks from Home channel.
Yes, we're available on
and-
YouTube.
Mm.
Yep.
Yes.
And yeah, that wraps things up for today. Thank you again and see you in the next episode.
All right. Thank you so much,
Bye.
guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.